If Pinocchio says, "My nose will grow now," what happens? If he's telling the truth, his nose should grow. But Pinocchio's nose only grows when he lies. If he's lying, his nose should grow, making his statement true. Welcome to Paradoxes, where logic eats itself alive. Paradoxes are reality's glitches, situations that contradict themselves. Hey brain breakers, if you're new to Top 10 Facts Club, we explore the weirdest corners of science, philosophy, and reality. Hit subscribe and that notification bell because we're counting down from 10 to 1, and trust me, the final paradox might leave your brain permanently scrambled. Paradox number 10, the Barber Paradox, the impossible barber who shaves everyone who doesn't shave themselves. Meet the world's worst barber, a man who only shaves people who don't shave themselves. So, does he shave himself? Trick question, he can't. Bertrand Russell hit philosophers with this logic nuke in the early 1900s. Imagine a town where the barber's rule is, I shave all men who don't shave themselves, and only those men. Simple, right? Wrong. If the barber does shave himself, he breaks his rule. He shouldn't shave self-shavers. If he doesn't, he also breaks it. He must shave all non-self-shavers. Either way, he's stuck in a paradox. Russell used it to expose flaws in early set theory, proving some ideas are logically impossible. Replace barber with website that lists all websites not listing themselves, and your brain short-circuits the same way. Sorry, bearded fans, this paradox just canceled the concept of rules forever. Paradox number 9, the Omnipotence Paradox. Can God microwave a burrito so hot, even he can't eat it? What if I told you the ultimate test of power isn't lifting a mountain, but limiting yourself? Let's say God decides to flex his omnipotence by creating a rock so heavy even he can't lift it. If he succeeds, he's no longer all-powerful, because he can't lift it. If he fails, he's still not all-powerful, because he couldn't create it. This cosmic catch-22, called the paradox of the stone, has haunted philosophers forever. The stakes? If God can't do both, does that mean he's not truly omnipotent? Philosophers like Thomas Aquinas argued that omnipotence only covers logically possible acts. God can't make a square circle or a married bachelor. But then, as Homer Simpson once joked, could Jesus microwave a burrito so hot he couldn't eat it? The answer depends on whether you think logic binds God. Some theologians say yes. Others, like Descartes, argued God could rewrite logic itself. Modern takes get weirder. Quantum physicist Harry Frankfurt suggested God could create the unliftable rock and then lift it anyway, because why not? It's like saying, I'll make a rule, then break it. But does that make God a cosmic cheat code? Even all-powerful beings have to read the logic manual. Or microwave burritos with caution. Paradox number 8, the ship of Theseus. Paradox, when everything about something changes, is it still the same thing? Imagine your favorite childhood toy, the one you've repaired so many times that none of its original parts remain. Is it still your toy, or just a copy that stole its memories? Let's start with the ship of Theseus, the legendary vessel that carried the Greek hero home after slaying the Minotaur. The Athenians preserved it for centuries, replacing each rotting plank with new wood. Here's the mind bender. If every part is eventually replaced, is it still the same ship? Ancient philosophers like Plutarch and Thomas Hobbes wrestled with this. Now think of your smartphone. You crack the screen, replace the battery, and upgrade the camera. After 5 years, nothing original remains. Is it still your phone? The paradox forces us to ask, does identity come from materials or history? Hobbes cranked up the weirdness by asking, if you saved all the old parts and rebuilt the original ship, which one is the real ship of Theseus? The maintained ship or the Frankenship made from discarded parts? Modern philosophers use this to debate you. Your cells regenerate every 7 to 10 years. So are you still you? Or just a walking ship of Theseus? So next time you say, I'm not the person I used to be, you might be literally right. Paradox number 7, Zeno's Paradox. Why your morning walk to the fridge is mathematically impossible. Before you take another step, know this. Motion is a lie. At least according to a Greek philosopher who weaponized math to prove you're not moving right now. Meet Zeno of Elea, the ancient troll who claimed Achilles could never beat a tortoise in a race. Here's why. To reach the finish line, Achilles must first cover half the distance, then half of the remaining half, then half of that half, ad infinitum. Since there are infinite halfway points, motion becomes an endless checklist like trying to count to infinity before breakfast. Zeno's dichotomy. Paradox isn't just about races. It argues that all movement is an illusion because you can't complete infinite tasks in finite time. For 2,000 years, this stumped everyone until calculus cracked it. Infinite steps can sum to a finite total. Imagine cutting a cake into endless slices. You still eat the whole cake. But wait, quantum physics adds a twist. Space-time might be granular, not infinitely divisible. So maybe Zeno was half right, if reality has a pixel limit. Next time you're late, blame Zeno. Sorry, boss, infinite halfway points. Paradox number 6. The unexpected. Hanging paradox. Why you can never be surprised if you expect to be surprised. A judge sentences a prisoner to be hanged next week, but says it'll be a surprise. The prisoner grins and says, "Joke's on you, I can't be hanged." And he's right, until he's not. Engaging explanation. Here's the setup. A prisoner is told he'll be hanged at noon someday next week, Monday, Friday. But the day will be a surprise. He uses logic to prove it's impossible. Friday can't work. If he's alive Thursday, he'll know it's Friday. No surprise. So Friday's out. Then Thursday can't work. He'd know by Wednesday. Repeat this backward. All days get eliminated. He celebrates until the executioner shows up on Wednesday. The surprise loophole collapses. This paradox preys on self-reference. The prisoner's logic changes the scenario. If you expect a surprise, can it ever truly surprise you? Schools use this for pop quizzes to mock students. There'll be a test you can't predict. Cue existential panic. You can't outsmart surprise, especially when logic becomes your executioner. Stay tuned for paradoxes number 5 to number 1, where reality gets even messier. Spoiler, the final one involves time travel and your grandpa. Paradox number 5, the liar paradox. This sentence is false. The forward logic. Bomb. Warning, the next 30 seconds will break your brain. Read this sentence carefully. This statement is false. Now try not to scream. If the sentence is true, then it's lying. So it must be false. If it's false, then it's telling the truth. So it must be true. This liar paradox is logic's version of a Mobius strip, trapping thinkers since ancient Greece. Even the Bible accidentally stumbled into it. Epimenides, a Cretan, declared, "All Cretans are liars." If he's telling the truth, he's lying. If he's lying, Cretans aren't all liars. So maybe he's honest? Modern logicians have proposed wild fixes. Saul Kripke suggested the sentence is neither true nor false. It's a truth-value gap, like asking if silence is loud. Others say it's a meta-liar, existing outside the system it describes, like a virus escaping a computer. But the simplest solution? Burn all logic textbooks and become a hermit. Congratulations, you've just broken logic. Please reboot your brain and try again. Paradox number 4, the Bootstrap Paradox. When information or objects have no origin point, just an endless loop. What if I told you Beethoven's Fifth Symphony was composed by nobody, a melody that invented itself across time? Meet the Bootstrap Paradox, a time travel glitch where cause and effect eat their own tails. Imagine you find a manual titled How to Build a Time Machine. You follow the instructions, build the machine, then go back in time and give the manual to your past self. But wait, who wrote the manual? It has no author. It's a cosmic cheat code, looping forever. Science fiction loves this. In Back to the Future, Marty McFly plays Johnny B. Good in 1955, inspiring Chuck Berry to write it. But Marty learned it from Berry's music in the future. The song has no origin. It's a musical Ouroboros. Even Einstein's theory of relativity isn't safe. What if a time traveler taught it to a young Einstein, who then published it as his own? The theory would exist, without ever being invented. Next time you hum a tune, ask yourself, did someone compose this? Or did it bootstrap itself into existence? Paradox number 3, the Monty Hall problem, the game show probability puzzle that even mathematicians got wrong. Picture this, you're on a game show. Behind one door is a car, behind the others, goats. You pick door number 1. The host opens door number 3, goat. Should you switch to door number 2? Yes, and here's why 99% of humans, including geniuses, get it wrong. In the 1970s, Let's Make a Deal host Monty Hall became the face of this probability nightmare. You pick one of 3 doors. Monty, who knows where the car is, opens a goat door you didn't pick. Now he offers you a choice. Stick with your door or switch. Intuition says it's 50-50. Nope. Switching gives you a 2/3 chance to win. Why? When you first pick, there's a 1/3 chance you're right. When Monty removes a goat, the other door inherits all the remaining probability. Think of it like this. Would you rather keep your one door or bet against both others? When Marilyn Vos Savant published this answer in 1990, thousands of PhDs wrote angry letters calling her wrong, until computer simulations proved her right. Next time someone says, trust your gut, remind them, your gut thinks goats are 50-50. Paradox number 2, the Fermi Paradox, the universe's silent treatment, why aliens are ghosting us. The math says the galaxy should be crawling with aliens. So why does space sound like a library at midnight? The answer's either boring or terrifying. In 1950, physicist Enrico Fermi asked, where is everybody? With billions of Earth-like planets, advanced civilizations should have colonized the Milky Way by now. Yet we've found 0 aliens, 0 Dyson spheres, 0 UFOs, that we'll admit. This eerie silence is the Fermi Paradox, and the solutions range from grim to grimmer. The great filter? Maybe life hits a wall like nuking itself before reaching space. Zoo. Hypothesis. They're watching us, but prime directive style. Dark forest theory. Civilizations stay quiet to avoid annihilation, or maybe we're alone. The rare Earth hypothesis claims complex life needs a galactic lottery ticket, a stable star, a Jupiter to block asteroids, a moon for tides. If true, we're the universe's first draft, or its only masterpiece. Space isn't silent. It's just muttering. You're not ready to know. Paradox number 1, the Grandfather Paradox. Time travel's original plot. Twist killing. Hitler is the easy part. Time travel isn't just risky, it's logically illegal. Try changing the past, and reality might hand you a paradox warrant. The Grandfather Paradox is simple. Go back, kill Grandpa, and you're never born. So who killed Grandpa? This isn't sci-fi. It's a crisis for physics. Einstein's relativity allows closed time-like curves, loops where cause-effect get dizzy. But quantum mechanics might save us. Self-consistency. You can't change the past, only fulfill it. Your murder attempt already failed, which is why you exist to try. Many worlds. Kill Grandpa, and you spawn a parallel timeline where you're never born. Original you? Still sipping coffee in 2025? Still confused? Physicist Lorenzo Gavasino says time loops require rotating universes, or black holes. So, unless you've got a time machine handy, stay in your timeline. Time travelers hate this one trick. Don't. Just don't. Why is Schrodinger's cat or the simulation paradox not in the top 10? Schrodinger's cat didn't make the top 10 because it's not a true paradox. It's a thought experiment highlighting quantum weirdness, not a logical contradiction. The cat is either alive or dead. The paradox comes from misunderstanding quantum mechanics, not from an actual brain-breaking puzzle. The simulation paradox is more of a philosophical question than a classic paradox. It raises deep questions about reality and infinite regress, but it doesn't create a direct logical contradiction like the liar or grandfather paradox. In short, both are fascinating and iconic, but they lack the pure logical impossibility that defines the most mind-bending paradoxes, so they didn't make the top 10. From time loops to truth-twisting sentences, these paradoxes aren't just brain teasers. They're cracks in the foundation of logic itself. They force us to ask, is math invented or discovered? Is free will an illusion? And why does my GPS still say, you've arrived, when I'm clearly in a lake? Paradoxes remind us that certainty is a myth, and that's okay. After all, if we fully understood reality, where's the fun in that? Which paradox broke your brain the most? Let me know in the comments and smash that like button if you're now questioning your existence. Subscribe for more existential crises and stay tuned for our next videos that will keep you up at night. Until then, keep overthinking.